Hey guys, Anthony here with an overview of key features in Artistly AI, which is a fun generative AI design platform with which you can create stunning images, logos, and designs for ads, social media, and commercial projects with simple AI prompts. Now in this video, I'm not going to cover everything because there are quite a few features, but I'm just going to cover some of the key features. So I'm logged into my Artistly account. We are in the main dashboard area. Click on Create Design, and you'll see these two options here, the Fast AI Image Designer and the Advanced AI Image Designer. I'll start with the Fast AI Image Designer. And up top, you'll see several options. Let's start with AI Image Designer version 5 and Create from Prompt. So I'll click on AI Image Designer version 5 and then click on Create from Prompt. In this section, I'll enter my prompt into this box. I'll go with a 25-year-old Caucasian male wearing a white t-shirt on the beach. And once I enter my prompt, you'll notice two icons. This icon allows you to enhance the prompt. So I'll click on it and it'll open this dialog box. I'll click on Enhance and give it a few seconds for it to just process it and enhance the prompt. And as you can see, it has taken my basic prompt and enhanced it. You can also use this icon to edit prompt with AI. I'll just leave it as is. In this right side panel, you can choose the folder to save it in, control the visibility, make it private or public, and you can choose the number of images you want to generate. You can also control the speed and quality. I'll just leave it to high quality. And then using this drop down, you can choose the aspect ratio. As you can see, there are several options here. I'll leave it to the default 1:1 aspect ratio, and then click on Generate Image. It'll then redirect you to the personal design section and start generating the image based on my prompt. And the time it takes will depend on the prompt, but usually it takes a few seconds based on my experience. So we are in the personal designs section, and here is the image it generated. So let's go to AI Image Designer, and then I'll click on Create from Prompt. In this section, I'll click on Mirror Magic, and you'll see this pop up. You can drag and drop your image here. I'll click on this browse link, which is what I'm going to do. I'll navigate to my folder, choose my image, and then click Open. So here is the image I'm going to be using. I'll click on Describe, and it will then begin the process of extracting the prompt for this image in a few seconds. So here is the extracted prompt. I'll click on Use Prompt, and here's a prompt that I'm going to be using. I'll use this drop down and choose 2 for images to be generated. And I'll use this drop down and choose the aspect ratio, and then click on Generate Image. It will then start generating the 2 images based on the prompt. Just give it a few seconds. And here are the 2 images it generated. You can hover over a specific image and then click on the eye icon, which will open this dialog box where it will provide you several details about the image. And if you're not happy with the image or you want to modify it, you can click this Regenerate button, which is what I'll do. It'll bring me back to this page. I'll modify this prompt to generate a black woman with red hair and brown eyes. I'll change the quantity to 2 and then click on Generate Image. Again, it will then start processing the image, and here are the 2 regenerated images. Let me scroll down and I'll show you AI Image Designer version 5 and Logo. So I'll click on Logo, and you'll see these options. I'll choose this vintage logo. and it will then generate this prompt. I'll edit the prompt to reflect the characteristics of my logo that I'm creating. I'll change the quantity to 2 and then click on Generate Image. Again, it will then begin processing the images. And here are the 2 logo images it generated. Now, one of the logos was not generated correctly, and that happens sometimes. But like I said earlier, you can hover your mouse over the logo image and then click on the eye icon to regenerate it if you need to. So let me close this dialog box. Next, I'll show you AI Image Designer version 5 and t-shirt designs. So I'll click on AI Image Designer version 5 and then choose t-shirt designs. You'll find many designs here. Let me scroll down and then go to page 2. I'll choose this one. So here is the pre-populated prompt. I went ahead and made a few changes, for example, red text. I'll change the quantity to 2 and click Generate Image. It will then begin processing the designs, and here are the 2 designs it generated. Let me scroll back up, and I'll show you AI Image Designer version 5 and Animal. So I'll click on the AI Image Designer version 5 option and then click on Animal. You'll find different styles to choose from. I'll choose the cinematic style. I'll enter my prompt into this box. I'll go with a fox dressed as a wizard. I'll click on Enhance Prompt, and from this dialog box, I'll click on Enhance. It will then begin enhancing the prompt in a few seconds, and here is the enhanced prompt. I'll change the quantity to 2. I'll change the aspect ratio to 9:16, and then click on Generate Image. It will then start processing the images, and here are the 2 generated images of the fox wizard. Let me scroll back up. Next, I'll show you AI Design Agents and t-shirt designs. So I'll click on AI Design Agents and choose t-shirt designs. These ones are slightly different from what I showed you earlier. So let me scroll down, and I'll choose this t-shirt category dropdown. I'll choose faith-based, and then I'll change the quantity to 4. And for the target audience, I'll go with Christian men, and then click on Generate Designs. And here are the generated t-shirt designs. Let me scroll back up. Next, I'll show you AI Design Agents and Storybooks. So I'll click on AI Design Agents. And here you'll see 3 types of storybooks that you can create. Now, of course, the process of creating a storybook is quite long, so I've created separate tutorials for these. And these are Flipbook storybooks with audio narration, so they're pretty cool. And here is an example of the Flipbook storybook that I created. And like I said earlier, I've created separate tutorials for Flipbook storybooks, and you can check the link in the description section. Next, I'll show you AI Design Agents and book cover. So I'll click on AI Design Agents and choose book cover. And you need to complete these individual sections. So I'll go ahead and do that. And I'll click on Generate Prompts. It will then start generating the prompts for the book cover in a few seconds. So here is the detailed prompt it generated. It's a good idea to copy the prompt and save it in another document as a backup. Next, I'll change the aspect ratio to 4:5 and click on Generate Book Cover. It'll then redirect you to the personal design section and start generating it. And here is the book cover it generated. If you're not happy with the book cover, you can hover your mouse over it and then click on the eye icon. And in the pop-up, you can click on Regenerate. So let me close this dialog box. Next, I'll show you AI design agents and pet portraits. So I'll click on AI design agents and choose pet portraits. Let me scroll down. You can drag and drop your pet image here. I'll click on Browse, which is what I'm going to do. I'll navigate to my folder, choose my image, and then click on Open. So here is the image. I'll enter my prompt into this box, change the quantity to 2, and then click on Generate Pet Portrait. So just give it a few seconds as it generates the images. And then once it generates the image, it'll bring you to the personal design section, and here are the images that it generated. This is a great way to take your own pet images and then turn them into cool pet portraits like you see here. Next, I'll show you AI Design Assistants and Mockup Creator. So I'll click on AI Design Assistants and then choose Mockup Creator. Let me scroll down. I'll choose from Library. And from the Media Library, I'll scroll down and choose my logo image. So here is the image I'm going to be using. Let me scroll down. I'll change the quantity to 2. And in this box, I'll enter my prompt. So this logo image appears on a male wearing a white t-shirt. And then click on Generate Image. As usual, just give it a few seconds to generate the image, and it'll bring you to the person section. And here are the 2 images it generated. Next, I'll show you AI Design Assistants and Photo Editor. So I'll click on AI Design Assistants and choose Photo Editor. You can drag and drop your image here. I'll click on the Browse link, which is what I'll do. I'll navigate to my folder. I'll choose my image and then click Open. So here is the image. Let me scroll down and I'll enter my prompt into this box to change the color of the bricks to dark brown. I'll click on Generate Image, and in a few seconds it will start regenerating the image based on my prompt and then redirect you to the personal design section. And here is the regenerated image. Next, I'll show you Design Assistants and Human Stylizer. So I'll click on AI Design Assistants and then Human Stylizer. Drag and drop your image here. I'll click the Browse link, which is what I'll do. I'll navigate to my folder. I'll choose my image and then click on Open. So here is the image that I'm going to use. Let me scroll down. I'll change the aspect ratio to 9:16. And in this box, I'll enter my prompt to convert my image into a cartoon-styled image, and then click on Stylize Image. As usual, give it a few seconds to generate the cartoon image, and it will redirect you to the personal design section. And here is the image it generated. Let me just scroll down. So next, I'll show you consistent characters and realistic images. So I'll click on Consistent Characters at the top, and then choose Realistic Images. As you know by now, you just drag your image in here. So I've already uploaded an image of mine. So I'll click on Choose from Library. And then from the Media Library, I'll use this drop down and choose Uploaded. I'll choose this image. So here is the image. Let me scroll down. I'll use this drop down box and then choose the aspect ratio. I'll change the similarity to high. And then in this box, I'll enter my prompt to generate an image of me dressed as a cowboy with a black stallion. and then I'll click on Generate Image. And in a few seconds, it will start generating the image. And as usual, it will redirect you to the personal design section. And here is the image it generated. Let me just enlarge the image so you can see it. Next, I'll show you AI Illustrator, another cool feature. So I'll scroll down and choose the Pixar style. Down below, I'll enter my prompt into this box to generate a boy and girl building a sand castle on the beach. I'll click on Generate Image, and it'll then start generating the image and redirect you to the personal design section as it usually does. And here is the image it generated. Let me go back to AI Illustrator and show you another example. So I'll scroll down and choose this Van Gogh style. Down below, I'll click on Mirror Magic. I'll upload my image by clicking this Browse Link. I'll navigate to my folder, choose my image, and then click Open. So here's the image that I'll use. I'll click on Describe, and it'll then start extracting the image prompt, as you can see right here. So I'll choose Use Prompt. So here is the extracted prompt. I'll change the aspect ratio to 16:9 and then click on Generate Image. And in the personal design section, it will generate the image. And here is the image. That's pretty cool, right? Next, let me go to the personal design section, and this is the section where it stores all the AI generated images. So let me scroll down and get to this image right here. So I'll choose this image. I'll hover my mouse over it and then click on the pencil icon. And this will open the Artistly Advanced AI Image Designer. So here is the image. I'll click on Merge Magic from the top toolbar. And in this left side panel, I'll click on Select Cloth Image. You'll see this pop up. I'll choose this t-shirt design which we generated earlier. And I'll click on Use Image. So here is the image. I'll click on Upper because I wanted to replace the t-shirt. And then click on Change Clothing. You'll then start the process of replacing the white t-shirt with the new one. And as you can see right here is the image. Let me click on it to bring it on the canvas. Next, I'll click on Face Swap in the top toolbar. And you'll see this dialog box pop up. I'll click on Single Face and then click on Select File. I'll navigate to my folder. I'll choose my image and then click Open. So here is the image that I'm going to be using for the face swap. And then I'll click on Swap Face. And then just give it a few seconds as it generates the new image with the face swapped. Let me close this dialog box. And in this left side panel, I'll click on Media Library. I'll hover my mouse on this image and then click on Use Image. So here is the regenerated image. So I'll click on In Painting from the top toolbar and then use the brush to just paint across the eyes like so. And in this box down below, I'll enter my prompt to add sunglasses and then I'll click on Generate. It will then, in a few seconds, start regenerating the image and add the sunglasses, as you can see. Now, there's so much more that you can do with Artistly. You can check the link in the description section to get a discounted price, and I'll be creating many more tutorials to show you how to use different features and functionality. Well, hope you found this overview helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. Thanks for watching.